Welcome to part 3 of our 3-part little series on how to start the process of becoming a yoga teacher. So first, I talked about asking yourself and figuring out if you're ready to take a yoga teacher training. Then we talked about ways that you can pick your perfect yoga teacher training and how to pick that and how to look for what works for you. And now I'm going to talk about how do you prepare before your yoga teacher training. What do you do? What do you do in that space between I signed up and going through training? So there's a few things you can do. Number 1, ask your trainers. Ask the people that are training you or talk to the students that have gone through that training. So if you're doing one with a specific teacher, ask their students what they thought about it, what they did to plan, how it was. Just gather more information. The more educated you feel, the more you research it, the more confidence you're going to build as you're going into it. If you go into it just knowing absolutely nothing, it might overwhelm you. Now, if you're doing an intensive, like 2 or 3 weeks intensive, I will tell you it will overwhelm you. It will be hard, but you're gonna get through it. So many people have. It will be hard, it's gonna be overwhelming, it's gonna be a lot of information in a short amount of time, and you maybe haven't done that since high school or maybe not even high school or college. And so if you haven't been a learner, an adult learner, if you haven't learned things in a course sort of like this, then it's gonna be it's gonna take time to get used to. So just know that, and know that it's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to just take a bunch of notes and then come back to it later. Okay? Because there's so much information on the internet, through videos like this, through other teachers, through courses that are going to be helpful for you. So another thing you can do after you ask your trainers how to prepare is, of course, continue with your yoga practice. Continue going to classes. Continue with the style that you're looking to teach. Continue being a student. And this is for everybody, whether you're a teacher, a new teacher, a trainee, whatever. Keep going to classes and keep your personal practice sacred. If you stop teaching, or if you stop your personal practice because you started teaching, that is the fastest way to burn out. So you need to keep doing what you love, because there's a shift that's going to happen from student to teacher. It's not the same thing. It's not becoming a teacher does not deepen your studentship. You need to keep being a student and a teacher. They're two separate things. So keep being a student. I can't say that enough. Have a regular practice. And regular practice, what is that? A regular practice just means it's something you come back to. It doesn't have to be every single day. It doesn't even have to be like every other day or once a week. If it's something that's in your life and embedded into your life and you come to it every so often, that's still a regular practice. If you can do a little bit every day, awesome. But there is so much more than just asana or pose practice that you can do in regards to yoga. And you will learn more about that through the books that hopefully your trainers will recommend. And that's the next thing. If there are some books you need to read, then read your books. No, get the books, buy the books from Amazon, usually from Amazon, and start paging through them. You may not have to read them word for word like the anatomy books, but page through them, just getting a good feel for what you're going to learn. If there are, another thing you could do. So read the books. Another thing you could do after that is to join groups for yoga teachers and yoga teacher trainees. Why? I have found that groups on Facebook, like the Connected Yoga Teacher, it's a podcast too, the Connected Yoga Teacher podcast, but that group is so helpful. You can search for almost any topic in there and you can find people asking questions about it. And if you can't, just ask a question in it and they'll tell you and they'll help you. So along with joining groups with the communities that you are now becoming part of, yoga teacher trainees, yoga teachers, yoga teacher groups, also start listening to podcasts. Start listening to yoga podcasts. There are actually tons out there. There's podcasts on how to do handstands. There are podcasts on how to teach yoga, how to make it more accessible, how to do whatever it is. Even Budokon Yoga has a podcast. Start getting a feel for their mentality if you're doing Budokon Yoga. Getting a feel for the mentality, the style, the other teachers. Podcasts are great. So you can just pop your earbuds in or play it while you're in the car and get to know a little bit more of the culture about becoming a yoga teacher or the yoga world, right? Okay, so podcasts, books, practice. What else? You can start practicing teaching if you want to, but you don't have to. So like getting in front of people and giving presentations, getting in front of people and teaching a specific pose. You can learn more about yoga and all of that. But yoga teacher training is going to teach you about the yoga stuff. So I really just think that reading the books, listening to podcasts, doing your own personal practice is enough. Myself, I have some courses out there, yoga online courses, and like how to host your first workshop, how to sequence a vinyasa yoga class, and I also have a beginner yoga course, the Confident Yogi, a beginner course. Those are the 3 I have right now. So if it doesn't have to be mine, but if there are some like online learning courses available for you, that if you're someone who wants to get a feel for doing homework and learning earlier on and spend a few hours doing that, that's also a great way to get into it. I'll post some links to that. You can also find it just at ashesyoga.com and click on online courses and you can see what's available. But besides that, doing some courses, doing some work online, doing more Google searches. Now, this sounds overwhelming, I know. There's a lot you could do. But here are the 3 top things. Personal practice, listen to some podcasts, and do some more research, whether it's books. Actually, that's 2, because podcasts go in research. It's personal practice and doing more research. That's it. And how you do research is up to you. Podcasts, books, courses. You can practice teach too. So I guess there's 3. Practice teach, get in front of people, practice your yoga, and do some research. Sound good? 3 things. Sorry I didn't have that list of just 3, but I wanted to give you a few more ideas before you got going. So I hope you chose a teacher training that works for you. I'm so excited for you. So excited for you. And I would love to hear where you're going to do your training, what you're doing to prepare, how you knew you were ready, anything like that. Please leave a comment. Please leave a question if you have any. And you can always find me and more about my courses and ebook and class creation guides and all of that at ashesyoga.com.